So at the moment, I am in high school, I'm year 10. We do work experience in year 10, which is kind of like our first glimpse at a working life, a week of work. And that's really helpful because you have to go through, the school doesn't sort out anything for you. You have to talk to the employer, you have to make your own way there, you have to do all of the work. So that's really helpful. And then when you get to year 11, our local college comes in and they do like one-on-one sessions to talk about whether you want to go and do an apprenticeship, whether you want to study at their college, what you want to do. And you have multiple meetings in the lead up to submitting your decisions for higher education, post-16 education. Which, yeah, I think that's really helpful. I haven't quite got there yet, but I've had two brothers that have gone through that process and they found that really helpful. And throughout the entire school, our university and college are really on it with engaging young people, inviting them for days and things like that. As for actual career advice, I recall having one 1-hour session with some outside external organisation to talk to us about careers, but there is a very large emphasis on post-16 education, but not very much on finding jobs, especially finding jobs whilst you're in education. There's not much emphasis on that at all. No, I don't think that there is enough emphasis on roles within a company. We don't really find out much about that, like the kind of chain of roles, who's manager, things like that. We don't get taught much about that at all. I think people are expected to go and do research in their own field that they want to go into, but we're not provided with much information. I definitely think that the biggest influence for young people deciding what they want to do is social media at the moment. I think a lot of kind of traditional jobs aren't necessarily always being picked up on, or hang on, let me rephrase. I don't think the more traditional jobs are as popular anymore. I think a lot of people want to be influencers, they want to be YouTubers and things, and a lot of the more traditional jobs aren't advertised as much. But I also think in another light, social media plays a huge impact because people show what it's like to be in certain jobs, which is a really positive impact. There's so many videos on YouTube of days in the life doing certain careers. Not necessarily just a YouTuber, doctors have YouTube channels and all sorts of things, and people will do days in the life of them doing it, and they'll do talk videos, which I think has played a huge impact in so many people because people are easily influenced by people that they watch on YouTube or on other platforms, not necessarily YouTube, and therefore they use that to base their own decisions about their career off of. So yeah, social media has definitely played a very major role in recent years about people deciding what they want to go on and do. So for employers that are looking for young people to work with them, I definitely recommend going to schools. So many young people are engaged and want to find work, but there's so many more that aren't, and there's so many young people that could be amazing workers. They could really add something to your company, but they don't know how to reach out to you. They haven't been shown that. But if you go to schools are really willing to engage, and schools want you there. It's something for you. It's something for them to get involved with. You know, schools love an external visitor. So definitely, if you're looking for college students, for example, go to a group of year 11 students, let them know that you're there, and then when they go to college they might think, oh wow, I want to go and work for this place part-time, or I want to do work with this company. And yeah, so getting into schools, getting your name out, and actively doing the first step. Of course, it's great to think you've got really enthusiastic employers that want to come to you, but that's just not always the case, and not everyone will come to you. Yeah, 100% employers can work with Youth Parliament. Youth Parliament is all about giving young people opportunities. So if you reach out to your local Youth Parliament group, if you're in Exeter and Devon, that would be Devon Youth Parliament. If you're not, then you can look at your local region, your local area, to find your local Youth Parliament group. And they all 100% want to get involved. I can promise you, everyone at Youth Parliament just wants as many opportunities as possible, wants to spread the word, wants to get as many young people just more fulfilled, enjoying life more. And if you've got something to offer, amazing. We will 100% love to set up a meeting with you, get talking and see what you have to offer. So for me personally, I had my work experience cancelled, and that wasn't even postponed, that was completely cancelled. I think that's had a huge impact, because work experience, like I said, it's the first taste that so many people get of work, of going through that process, talking to an employer, having to know that no one's going to tell them to be there. If they don't turn up, no one's going to go searching for them like they did if they didn't turn up for a lesson. No, that's it, they're cut, they're gone. And I think it's a real wake-up call to so many people about what the real world is like. But also, that sounds quite doom and gloom, but it also shows a really positive side. It shows you what being in a workplace is like. It shows you how different work can be to school for people that maybe don't enjoy school. And I think that that's going to have a real impact on a lot of people going for first jobs, perhaps when they get to college, first small part-time jobs. They're not going to have any experience of being in a workplace, and that's really, really hard. But work experience does offer that sort of first connection with a working life. So definitely I think that's going to really affect a lot of young people. I think a lot of young people are quite concerned about exams, GCSEs, perhaps not quite getting the grades they want. And I think for a lot of companies it'll be worth reassuring young people who are perhaps looking for jobs that GCSE results aren't all you're looking for, or A-level results aren't all you're looking for, that you're looking for a person with passion, with drive, with certain skills that can't even be assessed perhaps, and really showing young people what the core of your business is about, rather than just a number on a piece of paper. I think also a lot of young people are very concerned about not having jobs to go back to, especially for people more at college and university. There's a big concern within young people that when the jobs start being redistributed, people start coming off of furlough, it's going to immediately go to the older members of staff, which in a lot of cases is most likely true, I'd imagine, because they've got families to support. But I think if you could reassure young people that there will be jobs for them to come back to, and that there will still be opportunities, because young people don't want to live off of their parents forever. You know, we want to make our own living, we want to feel independent, we want to have our own money sitting in a bank account. We don't want to be dependent off of our parents until we're 18, 19. So there's definitely a real concern within young people about lack of jobs.